The next artist that I'd like to introduce you to is Bob Coonts, and Bob is a person who has been in the Fort Collins art scene for many, many years. This is not your first mask show.
No, I've done all of them
You have been one of the few that has actually been from the very beginning.
from the very beginning. Yeah.
And how have you seen the show evolve over the years? What are some of the things that you've seen happen to the show as it's grown and changed?
Well, the primary thing is the community involvement and how it's become a real big thing, I think, for the community. And we have a lot of people turn out for the show, and we have far more mask designers now and than we had in the beginning. And artists are turning out for that too. And I think the work has improved over time greatly, and it's something we all look forward to.
This year, when you got your blank mask, um, where did you find the inspiration for what ultimately became your finished work?
Last year, I settled on the old woman who lives in a shoe, a nursery rhyme kind of thing, and so I thought, well, I'll stick with nursery rhymes, and I happened to land on this one of the three little pigs. So it was fun, and so I settled on it pretty quickly. I always do that in working out my thumbnails, and then I have to try to figure out how to do it.
What was your process this year?
I work with air hardened clay sometimes, and so in doing this little pig's face, I build up the eyebrows, I build up the snout of the pig, and had an open mouth, and cheeks were involved, I think. And anyway, that's what I do first. I build it up to what I think is pretty believable, and then let it harden really well. And then I use epoxy and epoxy it to the mask itself. Then I start the painting process. And I usually do a thumbnail again in color, worked out some color ideas and thoughts. And then I wanted to create this little house that I lived in. And so I placed the mask against a piece of plywood, I think it was, cut to the shape of a house. And then I just built up the sides and everything with balsa wood and some soft woods. And then painted everything to make it look like planking, and color of the roof and so forth from a side view. That was my process. And I don't know, I just sort of create this vision of what I think it should be, and then I go for it. Usually my way of working, I always have to put myself into a deadline jam. Mm-hmm. And I drive myself crazy doing that, but it's the way I work best under pressure. And so I had it completely painted, constructed and painted at one point, and the deadline was like 5 the next day on a Sunday.
Wow.
And at 2:30 in the morning or something like that, I looked at it and I said, no, this isn't working the way I want it to work. I got up the next morning and I repainted the entire thing. Oh. And to my satisfaction, I mean, it was, I wanted something that looked a little more stressed looking. What I had painted first looked like a brand new house. And I don't know. I wanted it a little more distressed and stressed looking. So that's what I did. And so then I delivered it at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Well, that deadline served you well.
Oh my! I drive myself and my wife crazy. I think a little bit by doing that.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for participating in this particular project, and thanks for being willing to go into the experiment with us.
You bet. Okay.
Artist2Artist show. And
yeah.
I will look forward to seeing you again in person, hopefully in July at Driven to Abstraction.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you again meeting you again, talking with you. Look forward to it. All right.
Thank you, Bob.
Have a good day. Stay safe.